Hello and welcome to Art History with Miss Zoe. With me, your host, Miss Zoe. Today, we're going to learn about the ancient art of Greece and Rome, or also known as Greco-Roman art. And you may wonder, what is Greco-Roman? Or you might have guessed. Greco-Roman is a term used to refer to the ancient societies of Greece and Rome. The two societies had much in common because the Romans borrowed much from Greek philosophy and art. What kind of art did they make? They made a lot of art. Greeks and Romans made a wide variety of art, but they are most famous for their architecture, pottery, sculpture, and mosaics. The Pantheon is an ancient Roman temple dedicated to all of the Roman gods. You can tell that from its name, Pan, which means all, and Theo, which means God or religion. The Pantheon is famous for its dome. It is considered an architectural wonder because it was created without the use of modern technology. The oculus, or opening, in the ceiling provides stability for the dome, allows light into the interior, and helps regulate the temperature. The Greeks are particularly famous for their pottery. Greek pottery used a process called red or black figure. They are called this because the figures are either red on a black field or black on a red field. The figures are created using a process called sgraffito, in which the artist applies a colored slip and then carves into it to reveal the red or white clay body underneath. Greco-Roman sculpture most often portrayed gods, goddesses, philosophers, or Roman emperors. This is the famous Nike of Samothrace. Nike is the Greek goddess of victory. This sculpture is believed to have originally topped a fountain that was commissioned to celebrate the victory of the people of Rhodes over their enemies. In ancient Greece and Rome, mosaics often adorned the floors, walls, and ceilings of buildings. Sometimes they would be representational or made to look like something, and sometimes they would be abstract or something like a pattern. You might be wondering, what is a mosaic? Traditionally, a mosaic is a type of two-dimensional art made from colored glass or tile. The pieces are arranged to create an image or a pattern, and they typically decorate the floors, walls, and ceilings of Greco-Roman buildings. You might also wonder, how is a mosaic made? Mosaics are made by embedding colored glass or tile into plaster, concrete, or some other form of fixative material. This video shows an example of an ancient Greek building. The mosaic covered the floor of this building, as you can see here. The meander, or the pattern around the edge of the rectangle, is typical of ancient Greek mosaics. Now it's your turn. We are going to make our own mosaics using Perler beads. We'll use the beads to create colorful patterns resembling a mosaic, and at the end we will bond them together using heat. If you're ready, let's get started. For this project, you'll need a template of your design, like the smiley face I have here. You'll need a square Perler bead board, and I also recommend using a tray to organize your beads so they don't go all over the place. You'll also need a pair of tweezers to accurately place your beads. Here I'm using yellow and black for my smiley face, so you'll need the Perler beads that you are going to use in whatever color you choose. Go ahead and arrange everything so that you can easily reach everything, and place your clear Perler bead board over your template so that you can put the beads directly above the image so that you can match it perfectly. Pick up the perler beads with your tweezers, and you can see it can be a little bit tricky, and so it's okay that if it takes you a few minutes to get acquainted with how to use your tweezers. I recommend picking up the beads by placing the tweezer, one of the tongs, inside the hole, and then grasping it like that. You can see I decided to move things around to make it easier to reach, and so that's what I'm doing here. And so you'll just place those beads along the colors, and I recommend starting with your outline and then moving to your interior after you've placed the outline. That's just the easiest way that I've found. Now that your project is ready, it's time to ask an adult for help and get this thing fused. So we're going to use parchment paper to protect the iron so that the perler bead design doesn't stick to it. And we're just going to set the iron to about the polyester heat setting is what I do. And you're going to hold this down for a few seconds, maybe up to a minute, and you'll kind of be able to see the difference once the iron has started to melt things together. It'll kind of start to look a little more cohesive. You'll stop being able to see the space in between each bead, and it'll come to look like one solid piece. Once you've fused the first side, I recommend flipping your design over and fusing the other side as well. This will keep it from breaking because it fuses both sides of the form, and so it can't bend as easily. Once you've done that, your project is complete. Congratulations, you've made your own perler bead mosaic. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and keep making.